Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. You can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you deserve. And the nation's top law enforcement agency, the FBI, is certainly getting what they deserve after spending the better part of the last 3 years going after peaceful protesters, little grannies who waved American flags, after going after Christians and persecuting and terrorizing Catholics, and persecuting and terrorizing pro-lifers. Well, the FBI didn't spend its time going after criminals, and now they are the victims of violent crime. Seemingly, inside of the nation's capital, where they operate, you'd assume that the FBI would be absolved of being victims of violent crime, but it comes for all of us, ladies and gentlemen. The FBI had one of their own agents carjacked, and that car stolen. An FBI vehicle stolen by carjackers in Washington, D.C. Oh, baby, the irony is so sweet and bitter. It stings the nostrils. FBI agent car stolen at gunpoint, brazen daylight carjacking in Washington. Hot damn, what happened? An FBI agent fell victim to the carjacking incident in the eastern end of Capitol Hill on Wednesday afternoon. The FBI has confirmed the incident, which occurred in broad daylight, and has since launched an investigation in collaboration with the Metropolitan Police Department. Last time I saw the FBI and the Metropolitan Police Department in D.C. collaborate, well, this carjacker better be careful. They'll slap a MAGA hat on you and throw you inside the Capitol. Then you'll really get put away forever. An official statement obtained by NBC Washington, the FBI confirmed the carjacking, stating, "At this time, we can confirm an FBI employee was carjacked in the afternoon of November 29th. The vehicle was recovered, and the FBI Washington field office is investigating." Spaghetti-o. Here's how local news covered it, and it is delicious.
Off the top at 6, we're continuing to follow that breaking news out of the district. An FBI employee carjacked in Northeast.
So this happened along 12th Street just before 4 o'clock this evening. The car was recovered shortly after along 15th Street in Southeast. A live look now.
It's a nice
at the
neighborhood,
scene
by the way.
where the car was recovered. There's still a large police presence, as you can tell in the area. I've got that crime tape up. At this time, there's no word on any arrest. Our crew is working to get some more information, and we will update you on air and online as this story continues.
Now, I saw this story first on this account that I follow that has breaking crime news in Washington, D.C. Now, I used to live in Washington, D.C., and that's why I follow accounts like this, obviously, for my own protection. FBI vehicle was carjacked, taken at gunpoint. This was the make of the vehicle, a blue Chevy Malibu. Man, if you're going to be there's a lot better cars in D.C. than a blue Chevy Malibu to take, but it had tactical gear inside. Maybe that's why it was carjacked. So it had FBI gear, probably very expensive, potentially lethal inside of the vehicle. Ironically, it was found running, abandoned in the roadway. Manhunt in progress, so maybe the person... this is the path of the carjacking. Maybe the person realized what they had done and said, this thing probably has a tracker on it. There you can see where the car was found. It's sort of like discarded and dumped right there in the end block. And this is where it was stolen from. Wild. FBI employee carjacked in D.C. at this time. We can confirm that the FBI employee was carjacked, according to the FBI. Oh, my God. Yep. You're not even safe in Democrat-run Washington, D.C. Not even the FBI is safe. And just wait until we get a Republican president. FBI has become victims, of course, of their own party. The FBI is rotted directly through by members of the deep state and super state who are totally subservient to the Democrat Party, pledged entire lifelong fealty to electing partisan hardcore leftists and Democrats who will increase their budgets and will also increase, let's say, like homicides. This is from 2022 to 2023 in Washington, D.C. Will increase robbery, will increase burglary, and motor vehicle theft, up 93%. But in case you're wondering if you should feel sorry for the FBI, you shouldn't. Ladies and gentlemen, you should not feel sorry for Democrats when they get the results of their own policies. You see, gravity is a crazy thing. It affects all of us, no matter who you are. Gravity affects us all equally, and so does crime. Crime doesn't care. Gravity doesn't care. Thin, fat, black, white, doesn't matter. Gravity's going to bring you down, baby. And gravity is going to take down anyone, especially the people, however, with delicious irony, that vote for the crime. Democrat from Texas, a member of Congress, was carjacked outside of his apartment. The guys even took his dinner snack. They stole his sushi. Henry Cuellar is his name. And he was carjacked on Capitol Hill. Dude was carjacked literally right outside of Congress. Incredible. These were supposed to be some of the most safe neighborhoods in Washington, D.C. So the crime comparison is insane. Democrats vote for this, and now they are the victims of this, and I will not be crying for them. Democrat mayor of Denver was carjacked while he was meeting Joe Biden at the airport. This is insane. Denver, of course, has a horrible crime problem, plagued with crime and auto thefts in recent years because they don't prosecute criminals there. And now the mayor, his office, has confirmed that he was carjacked whilst he was meeting with Joe Biden. Same thing happened in Minneapolis. This is the DFL. That's the Democrat Farm and Labor Party, so the equivalent of the Democrat Party, but really a socialist party in Minneapolis and in Minnesota, was carjacked, calls for tougher juvenile penalties. She suffered a broken leg, deep lacerations in her head, bruises and cuts. Terrible time, it looks like. This happened in front of her children. It's awful. I think it's awful. But the crazy thing is that she had publicly called to dismantle the police department. She called for the burning of her police precinct in a revolutionary moment. She's getting what she asked for. Literally in her own words. These are screenshots from her own page. And now she's begging for the police help. Now that she looks like that. And nobody should look like that. I don't want anyone to look like that. But it's Democrats who are passing these policies. Cheered on by CNN, yet CNN's own reporter gets robbed. CNN correspondent reporting on San Francisco street crime falls victim to car break-in. They stole all the CNN camera equipment. There you go. Directly from the back of the CNN vehicle. Apparently, this happened in 4 seconds, and she even had security with her. My God. Former California Senator Barbara Boxer was assaulted and robbed in Oakland. Earlier today, this was the tweet, Barbara Boxer was assaulted in the Jack London Square neighborhood of Oakland. The assailant pushed her in the back, stole her cell phone, jumped in her waiting car. She is thankful she was not seriously injured. Oh, good. But of course, your policies are what led to this. Far left-wing policies. This is a senator, former senator. Very rich person, too. Barbara Boxer is extremely wealthy. And she was robbed in her home state, along with the district attorney there in California. Alameda County District Attorney, work laptop stolen from vehicle in Oakland. She was there for an event to stop crime from happening, and she got robbed. She also had security. How many people don't have security when this kind of stuff happens? This is a far left-wing Soros district attorney who had her who had her SUV broken into and was robbed. And the police were notified, and they said, well, we don't even show up to stuff like this. File a report. We'll keep an eye out for it. The FBI is sounding the alarm now. Just in time. The FBI is sounding the alarm on nationwide rises in carjackings after they themselves are victims of carjackings. I will not weep for you. I will not cry for you. I will not even feel sorry for you until you all put on red MAGA caps and until you vote for Donald Trump and vote for law and order and increase the police budgets and apologize for supporting BLM, apologize for defunding the police, then I don't feel sorry for you. Here are two people in Chicago. They seem nice enough, but they were robbed at their own house, carjacked in their own driveway. Today Show has the story. Shocked they even covered this. Can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you vote for. Watch.
Meanwhile, the FBI this morning sounding the alarm over a nationwide rise in carjackings, frequently playing out And heart-stopping scenes like this one. This was caught on camera in Chicago. The suspects there are still on the loose this morning. NBC's Maggie Vespa joins us now with the very latest. Maggie, that was quite the scary scene in Chicago.
Craig, that video is so jaw-dropping to watch. And to say the family is still in shock is a massive understatement. Mom and daughter were just coming home from volleyball practice last week when that carjacking played out in their own driveway. And unfortunately, as you'll see, authorities say more and more everyone should be on alert for this kind of threat. That in mind, a quick warning, parts of this video may be tough to watch. This morning, one family's nightmare serving as a warning to drivers everywhere. Last Thursday night, Michelle Pettiford and her 12-year-old daughter returned to their home in Chicago when surveillance cameras caught two armed men, one in a mask, sprinting toward them.
I think it went through my head like, is this real? Is this really happening?
You see them throw Michelle down, grab her purse, point their guns at her. At one point, one appearing to hit her. Her daughter ran into the house, screaming.
You hear about blood-curdling screams. It's just something I'll never forget.
Jeff Pettiford ran outside to help his wife. That's when he says one of the men put a gun to his head. Turns out they wanted one thing.
I said, where are the keys? Where are the keys? And she's screaming, in my purse, in my purse.
They weren't leaving without a car.
No.
Jeff pointed them to his Audi with the key fob already inside, and the men drove off. Chicago police say the carjackers haven't been caught yet. The scene marking a stunning trend. New FBI data shows while most violent crime fell last year, carjackings were up 8% from the previous year, with nearly 90% of those carjackings involving a weapon. One fatal flashpoint in D.C., where investigators say an off-duty federal security officer last month shot and killed a 13-year-old who tried to carjack him. This just weeks after a Texas congressman was carjacked near the nation's capital.
I looked to the left, somebody had a gun. To the right, somebody had a gun.
Back in Chicago, the Pettifords, stunned to learn the problem is so widespread, are afraid to go in their own backyard.
You know, home isn't like that place of comfort and safety that it once was, which is really sad.
It's going to be a long road to recovery for that family. An update this morning from Chicago police. They actually tell us just yesterday, so a week after the carjacking, they found the Pettiford's car and they arrested a woman who was inside that car, they say, for misdemeanor trespassing. But remember, there were two men in that video. They say they haven't yet caught those carjackers. Craig.
Well, we hope they found him. All right. Maggie Vespa for us there in Chicago. Maggie, thank you.